Languages, they are products of culture and customs. A unique cognitive process is evolved for the algorithm or rules of each language in our minds. In this short presentation, I will be sharing with you some curious differences between English, the lingua franca, and Turkish, my native language. Let's start right away with a very simple sentence. For example, you visit the beautiful city of Istanbul and you love everything about it. So how do you express it? It's so easy. You say, love, blah, 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 Istanbul. Churches, synagogues, mosques, palaces, museums, restaurants of Istanbul. So easy. So we highlight subject in blue, verb in green, and the rest, the details of the sentence, in yellow. So it's blue, green, and yellow. So what about Turkish? It's just the other way around. You know, in English it was blue, green, and yellow. In Turkish it is yellow, green, and blue. Just the other way around. So let's try. If you want to speak in Turkish and say the same thing, it's like the historical sites, parks, restaurants, mosques, churches, palaces, and blah, 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 blah. And theoretically, you can list 100 words. And the listener will never know if the sentence will end up as a question, positive or negative sentence, or past or present, let alone the subject, which will be understood at the final syllable. So it's hard to imagine, right, for English-speaking minds. I remember, when I shared this fact with my American students at one of the seminars I gave as a Fulbright scholar, some of them couldn't even believe it. And thank God they didn't have to learn such a difficult language for them. But others thought the other way around. They argued that with this language, attention of the listener is never lost up until the final syllable. So you just have to be alert because subject, tense, everything changes at the last 2 or 3 syllables. So anything goes in Turkish. You just have to be alert up until the final syllable. So that's interesting, but how would the cultural reflection of the syntax and thinking style be? Think about it. English people are quite direct, as the syntax implies, whereas Turkish people are as indirect as can be. You can see perfect examples in the customs of a society. As can be expected when you're a guest and your host is English, you may be offered a cake once at an English home, let's say. And if you say, no, thank you, that's it. That's the end of the conversation. Quite direct, isn't it? In Turkish, it's the other way around. If your host is Turkish, you will have to insist to your guests, minimum 5 times. For example, would you like a cup of tea? If the guest says no, you will have to insist, please, come on, you have to take it, please. You just have to take it. It's so good. I mean, you are my guest. This is my tea, And the conversation goes on. And then the guest